trust and love. We took the risk. We ran our own pace. We won our race, and I could never turn away. We've come so far, so far.
Hello, my name is Mark Clements, and I would just like to thank and to wish each and every one of you a happy Thanksgiving. I do understand that we are in challenging times. However, there is much to be thankful for. I want you this Thanksgiving to pray for those and to think of those that are still held in captive, despite evidence that shows that they are actually innocent. I ask that you remain to pray for Rodney Reed, that you remain to pray for Jeff Wood, that you remain to pray for George Anderson, that you remain to pray for Gerald Reed, that you remain to pray for Johnny Plummer. I pray that this year that God will open your eyes to injustice, to the things that have affected so many different individuals, causing so many to suffer for great many years behind prison walls. There is much to be thankful as this year we seen where that a Tim Donald in the state of Indiana, he walked out of prison. We saw where that a Gary Tyler, after 40 years, he walked out of prison. Tim was incarcerated for 24 years of his life. We seen Mark Matson in the state of Illinois walk out of prison after 25 years of his life, hemmed up behind prison walls. We've seen much encouraging signs within our criminal justice system, within the case of George Anderson, as well as within the case of Anthony Jakes. We ask that you remain to pray for us here in the Chicago area as we pray for you, as we mobilize even during this holiday season. Many people do not understand that life is precious. Life is so precious that many people today do not understand the value of this moment. The value of this moment is precious. It's what you do with it. The value of this moment is precious. Today you can be smiling and tomorrow you can be sad. So there is a lot to be thankful for, that at least God shield off the true attack of the enemy. We already know that we are in times that, man, they are decaying. But however, we must still keep our heads up. We must still fight and do what little that we are able to do. This is not a movement about one group or about two groups or about three groups or about one individual or two or three or four. But this is a movement about all different faces that have been affected as the result of injustice. And may I mind you that there are many individuals that have been affected as the result of injustice all across this world. I'm talking about as we take this life for granted. I am often reminded of how Rodney Reed is hemmed up inside of a jail cell right now, and he has been declared guilty for over 20 years of his life, despite evidence that clearly clears him of this offense. We as a people, somehow, some way, we got to come together. And we got to come together through our mobilization. I'll say it again. Through our mobilization, we got to come together. We got to put aside the big I. See, we got to put that aside. We got to put aside all the sneakiness that is taking place within even our own movements that is allowing us to decay as a people. Yes, I do understand that many individuals out here, man, want me to tell you, it's hard. But when you accept from the enemy, trust me, you will definitely see a negative result to your people. It may not directly affect you, but it's to your people. And when your people have suffered, and when your people have suffered a great attack by the enemy, trust me, you got to identify that enemy, you got to get that enemy away, and you got to keep on rebuilding. Today, there's lots of them. Lots of who? Lots of enemies. Lots of individuals that are portraying to be something that truly they are not. However, the issues continue to pile up and to pile up and to pile up. And so many people, they are suffering all around this globe. They are suffering, and they are suffering as a result of our criminal justice system. Our system have let them down. Our system have been their punch, their black eye, so to speak, in their lives, as many individuals still this day are being affected as the result of this disparity in the laws of crack versus crack cocaine, powder versus crack. So, we know that there are many brown and black faces that are hemmed up inside of our prison system as a result of this disparity of law and how it has been used to basically cripple so many people all across this globe. We must keep in our prayers Eric Wilson. Eric Wilson is a federal prisoner that was tried under the drug laws and was sentenced to a natural life sentence and is still hemmed inside of our prison system. Even as we fight for his mobilization, that he will be granted a opportunity. And what is that opportunity? A second chance opportunity into society. Today, as I have said, concurrently, he has a natural life sentence. That natural life sentence cannot go anywhere unless the president intervene in these federal cases. So I'm asking you to pray for favor and grace upon Brother Eric Wilson, who is in a federal prison right now and is keeping his hope in the fact that Barack Obama will see the need to grant him leniency within his petition for clemency, asking for the president of the U.S. to basically commute his sentence from a natural life sentence to a term of years. He should be released. In my opinion, he should be released. But please keep that name in your prayers, Eric Wilson. Please keep that name in your prayers. As we approach Black Friday, all across this globe, it's going to be people out that will be mobilizing against injustice. Many people are still upset over the elections of Donald Trump. Many people all across this globe are dealing with systemic acts of racism that occurred through forms of police shootings, that occurred through forms of torture, that occurred through forms of railroading people behind prison walls, all across this state. So, people, this Black Friday, which is Friday, get up somewhere. All across the globe, there's going to be demonstrations. Matter of fact, And nearly every state, there's going to be demonstrations. I'm asking you to get up in whatever state that you are in and to fit in to what is taking place in your particular state. Fight for justice. This is your opportunity as a person to get up and to do your civic duty and to fight for justice. In other words, you have seen that our criminal justice system is not fair. You have clearly seen that. And in seeing that, all I can say is now is the time for you, the people, to get up, to exercise your voices, to exercise your authority, and to exercise your liberty as human beings. That, guess what? You are fed up and you can't what? You can't take it no more. So with all of that being said, I just want to wish you all a happy, safe Thanksgiving. I asked and I remain to encourage everyone to get up for the Black Friday celebrations. And I'm asking for the names that I've just released. People who you have just heard me say. People like Tim Donald. People like Rodney Reed. People just like Eric Wilson. People like George Anderson. People like Johnny Plummer. People like Rodney Reed. I said Rodney Reed. Gerald Reed. That's the name I'm looking for. Gerald Reed. People like Gerald Reed in the state of Illinois. Pray for these people. Put them on your church prayer list. These are all individuals that either are in prison or have been released from prison, and they need your prayer. Gary Tyler, who spent 40 years inside of a prison on a very questionable conviction. Want me to tell you, pray for this brother. If you know him in the state of Louisiana, get up and help this brother. Don't turn your back on him, but help him. Do something that is positive, and that is positive for your people, for your community today. We need each and every hand involved with standing against injustice. We already know that the scales is not balanced when it comes to justice. We see that the scales is one is up and one is down, and we know what the one is up. That basically symbolizes those that have been affected as the result of injustice. Or you can go the other way and put all the people that have been affected by injustice, and it's going to weigh the scale down. But we all know that the scales of our criminal justice system is broken. With that being said, happy Thanksgiving. Thank you.
I want to go to a place where lovers go, do the things that lovers do, no stress.